Welcome to RetroBytes. My name is Joe, and this is the show where Brian and I take a look at different topics about gaming. On today's show, we talk about what gaming makes us thankful for. I opened up comments to everybody, virtual real-life consequences, and artificial intelligence in game development. If you want to join in on the conversation, you can find us at our Linktree. That's linktr.ee/retrotopia. There you'll find links to all our social medias, a link to our Discord server, which is just hopping along and a great place to interact with all of us. You'll also find a link to our merch store, and that is retrotopia.dashery.com, and there you can purchase merch to, look pretty and help support the show. Also, on that link tree, you can find a link to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/retrotopia. From Patreon, you can join our free tier. That's right, free, F-R-E-E. There you'll get access to our show Quick Play, which is a short 15 to 30 minute synopsis of games that just aren't quite long enough to make it on the main show. You'll get access to this show, RetroBytes, a whole 15 days early before it goes to the public, and you get an additional extra topic exclusive to our Patreon members. You'll also be able to submit comments for the main show, Retrotopia, specifically about the game of the week, or you can submit comments to the host that week for that week's episode. You'll also have a chance to take part in polls. And if you join our $2 tier, you get 2 more exclusive podcasts. You get New Game Plus, which is a show where we'll typically cover a newer game, and the show is still in development, so it doesn't have a steady release schedule as of yet. You'll also get access to Retrotopia After Dark, which is typically the warm-up before our weekly episodes, where we kind of just freely shoot the shit, talk amongst ourselves until we're ready to record. And with all that being said, let's get on to the show. Alright, and welcome all to the November edition of RetroBytes. My name is Joe, and as always, I have Brian here with me, and we're just gonna sit here and shoot the shit, talk news, and give you another exciting episode. So, how you been, Brian?
I've been pretty good. It's been in October for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning 3D modeling, so that is pretty much the brunt of what my brain can handle for any given time right now. Like I made a Coke bottle, and that's the proudest thing I've done all year.
I've fiddled with 3D a little bit just to experiment, and it's intimidating. So, yeah, I can imagine you're fried.
It's once you learn the tricks of how to make things a lot quicker, it becomes surprisingly easy because you can just build shapes from the ground up. But no, it's definitely learning all those little controls and all the different ways and starting to think of art in a 3D space is definitely something that's reprogramming my brain, man.
I know. It took me a time to shift from, traditional drawing to, oh, now I draw with a mouse, and it's on a separate surface. And that already took some time, so... Yeah, I can imagine 3D just, really splitting your brain open entirely.
Oh, yeah, and they make it look so easy, too, when you look at the tutorials. It's like, oh, yeah, all what you're going to do here is you're just going to press this one button here, and then 16 things happen. You're like, what?
Why is everything shooting off? And yeah, I can imagine it just breaks.
Why is this box now completely a circle? Like, how the fuck did that happen? You pressed one button and you did it while the screen went blurry.
You just cross your eyes and then suddenly it'll start making sense.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's all good. Yeah, I have to make 5 props, and I did a filing cabinet, microwave. I just finished the Coke bottle today, so a few more to go.
What are you going to make with the other 2? You have any idea?
One's going to be a couch because we have a set list of stuff we have to build from. Yeah.
So you don't get any dildos in your assignment?
No, yeah. It's so easy to make dildos. Like, you just sit there and that's the first thing you learn to do is just dildos.
Well, I assumed, from making a Coke bottle. I mean, we're close. Just a couple extra steps and there you go.
Yeah, that Coke bottle has a big set of testicles for some reason. That's to stop it from going in too far.
Not even 5 minutes in, we're already to dildos and dick humor. Perfect.
I think, pretty sure that was your fault this time.
No, no, I would never take it to such a crude place.
So how have you been?
Tired, but been doing okay. I got my entire garage cleaned out. I got a tree cut down, some bushes, so a lot of landscaping's done out front. And then I had my daughter's first birthday this past weekend.
Mazel tov.
Yeah, I know. She lasted a year and didn't die. It's great.
Yeah, it's the first year when it goes by and all of a sudden you realize it's getting easier and easier and easier, and then don't worry as much. Like right now, my kid is somewhere in the house, I think.
I know. I think it's just you get to such a state of like, I'm so broken down, it's just whatever. It's just another like log on the fire some days. Like, yeah, I think I was up like for like the night before. I had 4 disconjointed hours of sleep because up all night screaming, and my wife was at work, so I'm just sitting there also up all night screaming and crying. So yeah, you just kind of go with the flow at this point.
Yeah, it gets better. I mean,
Yeah.
that first year is touch and go for a lot of it because, you know, the kid doesn't know. It's basically your kid's learning everything from scratch, right? And you get to relearn everything through your kid.
Yeah, it's just like,
you got to cherish those. You cherish every little giggle and every little laugh, though.
Yeah, we've been throughout it all. We've been smiling more as time's gone on.
Yeah, if you want a good time, give your kid a slice of lemon there to chew on.
See, I'm tempted, but she's eating like just such garbage. I'm like, we're already not doing great. I don't want to make it worse.
She just had 3 Snickers for dinner tonight.
Dude, if she would eat 3 Snickers for dinner at night, I would be thrilled. This kid's like just throwing her food on the floor and yeah, it gets old. But
that's why you get a dog. We had a dog who would actually sit underneath kid's high chair there and just wait for the food to fall, and the kid thought it was a fun game, like and throw the food down.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. So
they get enough. When they get hungry, they eat.
Yeah, that's why we're kind of hoping for that shift coming now that she's eating more food and not just, milk and everything the whole time. So, yeah. What you been playing in between all your 3D modeling?
Mostly Ghosts of Yotai, but I did play through Evoland.
What is that?
The little indie game that kind of goes through the history of role-playing games. What else? Fear, we got an episode coming up this week for right. Fear. Comic Zone, I played that recently. That's week we're recording this. That's the episode that's coming out tomorrow, actually.
Yeah,
the day after we record this. What else have I been playing? Mostly phone games. Just the ones I normally play just to distract myself from the horrid reality that is life.
Yeah. I actually opened up Balatro again on my phone yesterday, and that was a mistake.
I opened it up, and I played around, and I couldn't make it past the second ante.
Oh, yeah, I know.
For 5 games. I was like, what the fuck? I've not changed my strategy. Did the game just decide to dickhole me?
I think I forgot my strategy. Oh my god, I don't remember what I'm doing. Because,
yeah, pretty much.
I intentionally bought that game when my daughter was born because I was like, I'm going to be having some time to kill for these next few weeks. And I think I played it for 2 weeks straight.
Oh, I played it so much when it first came out there. I got a copy gifted to me from a friend.
Ooh, nice.
And I started with that, and then I bought it on the Switch, and I bought it on my phone, and I think I have the Steam version. I just played it so friggin' much. It was such a time waster. I loved it.
It really is. But
what about you? You got that new Pokemon, don't you? But don't get too deep into it because that comes into play later.
Oh, I know it does. I actually have no notes for that. And I am definitely just gonna go freewheeling and talk because I have a lot to say on that. But anyways, so before that though, after we recorded the last episode of RetroBytes, I'm like, oh, maybe I should play something spooky. So I was digging around and I booted up Luigi's Mansion 3 because that's how scary I get these days. I know, right? I made it about halfway through, but yeah, then the new Pokemon game came out and I was like, well, shelf that, and I have been playing that non-stop. I think
Yeah,
I'm
that's like
19
that.
hours
That's
in it.
how I feel about Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah.
Soon as it got its grasp into me, it's the exact same thing as Tsushima. There, I am just devouring that game, and it's the first game I've actually sat and played like with this much attention, and I think almost a year. I think since Final Fantasy Rebirth came out.
Yeah, I know. I feel like for the past few months before this, I was definitely like, ping ponging off of a lot of stuff and just like not finishing anything. And then this, it's something I could finally commit to and just be like, okay, I'm going to sink all my time into this. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
and
a
that's
blast.
that's a mark of a good game right there.
It's a mark of a very big Pokemon fan that I am. Because
But
everyone has their opinions on it.
yeah, absolutely. But since you're on such a Pokemon roll, do you want to start the news since that's your first story?
I can do that. All right. So, for the first time ever, shiny Koraidon and Miraidon were finally available in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And in just a day, the Pokemon's company's free regional distribution of these Pokemon at various physical stores was undone when those locations ran out of codes. And even some scalpers went to posting their code cards on eBay. Some GameStop locations were even limiting codes to customers with a $25 purchase or more. And this ended up leaving thousands of players without a way to get these exclusive legendary Pokemon, with having fans demanding a fix. And then on October 4th, because I should put the date when these originally dropped. I think it was late September. I want to say September 29th. Anyways, on October 4th, GameStop and EB Games received a restock of these codes, but they were limited to 50 codes per store and shifted from code cards to receipt codes to help prevent scalping. Additionally, some fans took to Twitter and X, well, not Twitter and X, asking what the heck's, pretty much accusing GameStop of what the heck's going on. And they kind of pointed the finger at the Pokemon Company for only giving them 50 per store. And really, there was no other discussion after that. So, do you think the Pokemon Company's method of distributing these shiny codes through physical store releases was fair to players?
No, but it's also the store's responsibility to ensure that, they gift one code per person or per
Yeah.
purchase, maybe.
Well,
And the problem with scalpers nowadays,
I know.
it really is on the store. Like, you see those videos of Pokemon, those big Pokemon boxes being released at like Costco, and people are fighting over them like it's Black Friday,
Oh,
just
yeah.
dragging them into their carts so they can resell them. Like, we went to a what's it called, the Geek Market, where they have a bunch of nerdabilia there,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a table of a guy who had the boxes of these Pokemon cards, and my son is starting to get into Pokemon cards, so I'm trying to encourage that, even though I know very little about it.
Right.
And the prices of these, my wife would look
Oh,
them
yeah.
up, and they were marked up by at least double the price, and it's stupid.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too, with this, like, release of these digital codes. Pokemon Company dropped these on the same day as, like, a new booster pack set came out. So it was just pure chaos in every, like, GameStop and EB Games that they were doing this, which is just
Yeah,
insanity. Because, I mean,
and
you gotta know how big of an IP Pokemon is at this point. Like, they're gonna go nuts for these.
we also know that the scalpers are targeting this, so it is
Oh, yeah.
really, really up to the store to sit there and say one per customer.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing too. It's one code per customer. These are two separate. These are like the on the box legendary Pokemon. I'm not expecting you to know these names I'm dropping.
No, I don't.
Yeah. So these are like the on the box for Scarlet and Violet. These are their legendaries. These are the only ways to get the shiny Pokemon, because you can't farm legendary shinies. I don't know why. It's very stupid. It's to make them exclusive like this. But one code per customer or consumer meant one Pokemon. You didn't get both. So you had to try and go to multiple GameStops to hopefully get both of these, which I'm sure hardly any people did.
Yeah, and You know what? I'm fine with that. I mean,
Yeah?
I get people want both of them, but if you're talking about fairness and they say one per customer, well, tough shit. You're going to get only one of them. And if you really do want the second one, then you're going to have to go do the legwork for it. That, or you do get one, you don't want it, just sell it online to somebody. You make a little bit of money off it. Okay, I get it's reselling, but if you do it in the way where I went and purchased the required thing, but I just don't care about the shiny Pokemon thing because, I don't use the Pokemon card app. I assume that's what this is for.
Well, no, this is
And
for the actual games. Like the
for the actual game.
Yeah, this is for the
then
games.
it's about trading.
Yeah, but there's no
You got to
other.
go find another kid, and you got to use the Game Boy Link cable, and you got to trade your Pokemon.
I don't think a Game Boy Link cable is gonna work great on your Switch, but I mean, you can try.
Yeah, well, you know what? You just stick it in your bum.
Well, do you think it's like? I'm curious what you think, because I obviously have a lot of mixed feelings. I being a big Pokemon head, and you not knowing hardly anything about the series, but
Well,
should you be able
think
to?
about every time.
Go ahead, go.
No, I just think about every time a new game console comes out. Like everybody rushed to get the Switch 2 so they could scalp, but the PS5, people were selling their receipts or pre-order receipts. The same with Xbox. The same with the PS4. The PS3 was insane because it was so understocked. Like the EB Games I worked at only got 3 PS3s for pre-order, and it was a city of like 25,000 people, and Walmart got 6 for a release date, and that's the only 2 places you could buy this. So after that craze happened and everybody got those, and those PS3s are going for like $2,500, now every time a new console comes out or something that's popular, people want to scalp it and try to make dollars off it because they don't want to actually do something that would be a use to society, like getting a job.
I know, and it's so infuriating because it's anytime anything releases anymore, it's just, all right, I'm gonna have to either fight to get this before the scalpers cave and buy it from a scalper, or just get it months and months later, and it's awful at this point. It's infuriating.
Like, I hope every scalper has that skin that's beside the nail peel off to the point where it hurts.
Oh yeah.
I hope it never heals. I hope it always hurts.
And they have to like cut lemons every evening.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then run their hand through salt.
Yes. But I lost my train of thought for a second there. Okay, there it is. So the Pokemon games like distribute tons of stuff through this thing called the mystery gift, where it's just you connect online and you get like 200 Pokeballs or whatever. And they've given out Pokemon this way before too. Do you see a point in them like giving? Why did they choose to do a physical release of code cards instead of just, hey, submit this code on your Switch to get these? So they're just available to everyone.
They're exclusively available at GameStops and EB Games, right?
Last I checked,
from what you said,
yeah,
because that right there would be the reason they're doing that, is because EB Games or GameStops to drive people like feet into the store.
Yeah.
They would make this deal with the Pokemon Company or Game Freaks or whomever is distributing these codes, and they would pay kind of an advertising thing, and then the codes would come to them to make it exclusive, so people would come into the store. Then something GameStop has been doing since the launch of the PS5, which really pisses me off, is to prevent scalpers, we're going to make you buy more stuff.
Yeah.
So when the PS5 and the Xbox Series, everything came out, in order to grab one, they expected you to buy a controller and a game with it.
Yeah, that's...
And I was like, no.
Yeah, because controllers are, what, $70-$80 nowadays, US?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like... Yeah, I was planning on using what worked, like what came with the system, and, getting my games either digitally online or at a later time, not dropping another $100 and something just to get out the door.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. It was like you take a $500 console and now you're walking out the door spending $800.
Well, that's what irked me with this too. These were free codes to give out, and some GameStops, I think it was just tied to like, managers and the store owners making their own decisions, but just like, oh yeah, buy $25 worth of product and we'll give you this free code, when it was free to get no matter what. You literally were supposed to just walk in the store and get this.
Yeah, and it drives up their sales, which I know from experience, GameStop managers are harped on all the time.
I imagine, yeah. But
So it's cheating the system, but they're just making more money. GameStop is a terrible friggin' company.
it is.
I'm
I
really
know.
hoping that now that it was sold here in Canada to a Quebec company, that
Hmm.
they smarten the whole system up and it veers off from what GameStop has been like for the last decade or a couple of decades.
Yeah, see that I'm only worried those changes are only going to happen on your side of the border and not on my side of the
No,
border.
I know exactly because they're not the same company anymore
No.
because it was sold by douchebag McGee there, who's like, "Oh, Canada's a woke country now, so is France, so we're selling off EB Games."
It's a
Yeah,
mess.
that's how he sounds.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Yeah. Douchebag McGee.
All right,
I wouldn't expect any less.
okay, moving on.
Go.
Um, Game over for gamers. FTC's Lena Khan hits Microsoft with the ultimate "told you so" combo. So Microsoft's $70 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which was completed in January 2023, was met with heated regulatory oppositions, particularly from then FTC chair Lena Khan, who warned that it would harm gamers, developers, and competition. Now, in 2025, her predictions appear more pointed than ever. Microsoft has initiated mass layoffs across Xbox and Activision studios, canceled or delayed multiple projects, and most controversially, hiked Game Pass prices. In October 2025, Microsoft increased the cost of its top tier Game Pass Ultimate subscription by 50% from $19.99 US a month to $29.99 US a month, while restructuring and rebranding its lower tiers as Essential and Premium. Microsoft defends the change by pointing to its expanded libraries, adding perks such as Ubisoft Plus Classics and Fortnite Crew, and new features including improved cloud gaming. But critics, including Khan, argue that these price hikes and sweeping operational cuts prove her warning. Once large tech firms grow too big to care, they can squeeze customers and workers with little accountability. Meanwhile, regulatory efforts to block the deal were ultimately dropped after the 2025 appeals court denied the FTC's injunction, allowing the merger to proceed and leaving stakeholders to debate whether the promised benefits outweighed the fallout. So are large gaming mergers such as the Microsoft acquisition of Blizzard or Bethesda a benefit or a harm to gamers and developers?
I think it's just gonna end up being a huge harm to us as gamers because all we're gonna get is just a pile of just bloated garbage like shoveled our way. Like all they're gonna shovel out is just like, all right, we're just gonna fire off whatever we need to. It doesn't have to be a quality product. It doesn't have to be top tier. Just they'll deliver on the bare minimum of promises just to meet quotas and assuming we're just gonna lap it all up.
Yeah, it's the almighty dollar speaking again. Like they have
Yeah.
to make their money back. And one way I get that, and I'm not even opposed to $30 a month for Game Pass in spirit, but a 50% price
That's
increase is kind of a
huge.
slap in the dick, right?
Oh yeah.
It's it's terrible for the gamer in a way that if you're somebody who buys new games, like I mostly game on PlayStation. Like I
Same.
actually canceled my Game Pass subscription because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I buy new games at full price, and I have PS Plus. And with Game Pass, I have never bought a game on Xbox since the 360. I've had my Series X since it's been released.
Yeah, like I'll admit, Game Pass is a better bargain than PS Plus is, but still, like you said, just the
Oh,
hike out of nowhere. It was,
yeah, it's just that's too much money at once. If they
yeah.
did two bump ups like $5 each over the course of a year, nobody would have said anything. It'd be like the cost of business.
I would assume,
But
I would say a longer gap than a year, but yeah, I think it should have. I would say like between 5 years maybe, just
yeah,
because
well, yeah.
it's a pressure cooker thing at this point. Because
But
yeah, after this acquisition, it's like Xbox has not done anything with it,
no,
and
and they're
yeah,
riding the coattails of Black Ops 7 or whatever
yeah,
is coming out there in
whatever one,
hopes
yeah.
that people will come back to Game Pass. But This also kind of proves what PlayStation has been saying all along, and my understanding is now you're only getting day one releases at Game Pass Ultimate. The Essentials and the I don't think that's. I think it's just the Essentials, but I think the
Yeah.
Essentials tier now is just you don't get the day one releases anymore.
Was it like that? I thought it was always like the highest tier only got the day one releases.
Was it?
I
Okay,
mean,
well,
well, I'm spitballing. I'm not in the Xbox ecosystem, so I really
I
don't
I
know.
meant to look that up. Actually, I could probably look it up right now while I finish my point here.
Yeah.
But essentially, PlayStation said that having a online subscription service with day one releases was unsustainable to the market. Hence why they've never done it. And now
Yeah.
Xbox dumping the price by 50% kind of proves the point.
Yeah, I know. I while it was awesome at the time for the gamer, I don't think it was sustainable, and this is proving it. And for the like other part too, like how is this gonna affect developers too? Like I would imagine just like seeing the shit show that is Xbox at the moment, I feel like developers are not gonna want to get in bed with Xbox just because it's just like, okay, I developed this thing for your systems, your consoles, especially if it's an exclusive, but what, the Xbox website crashed from how many people canceled their subscriptions. Like it just
Yeah,
doesn't make sense for business.
that's kind of the embarrassing thing for Microsoft. It's almost like the "I told you you fucked up" sort of
Yeah, right.
scenario. But I just looked it up, and yeah, you're right. The Essentials never got the
Yeah, I didn't think so.
day one releases, but nevertheless, the point still stands.
Yeah.
Day one releases are costing them obviously enough that they do have to do a major price hike.
Yeah.
And as well, it was rumored, and I think the rumor's been debunked now, but it was rumored that they wanted to make an ad tier for Game Pass where you would do the
Yeah.
same model for like Netflix or Disney Plus or I think it's Amazon Prime has done, where you pay a lower cost, like $10 a month, but you get ads in the middle of everything you do. And I have the ad tier of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Fucking never watch a thing on it anymore.
I did too for a while. I did for one episode. And then I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, fuck this. I'm bumping it up. I'll pay the $2 or $3 more because it
Yeah,
was
it's
it was
terrible.
bad. Yeah. Well,
It's like I was watching Invincible, and I think there was about half of the length of the show in commercials.
yeah, I know. I hit play on an episode and saw how many ad markers there were, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, no. I'm like, I'm already
And they
paying
did it
for
without
Prime.
telling us.
I know.
There's like, there's going to be a price increase. Like, oh, okay, then our price never went up. And we're like, oh, okay, well, I guess what? Next thing you know, there's like a whole shit ton of ads. We never had the option to bump up or anything like that. But, they piss me off. So I don't watch Amazon Prime anymore.
I don't blame you. I get it. So
But what about in video games? So, like,
yeah,
get back to Game Pass.
I was curious how this would work. Like, would you literally just be mid, like, running around in a game and then just, like, suddenly ads? Like,
Yeah, that's somebody was pointing that out, like playing Red Dead Redemption 2 there, and like they got the big scene where they come over the mountain and all of a sudden it cuts off with like a laundry detergent.
oh,
ad, and
I
it's
think
like,
I saw this, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just like wow, that would suck ass.
yeah. So, do you know if they're going forward on this? Because I'm like,
I
I'm
think
curious.
it got debunked. It just kind of like the other story I had where
Yeah,
there was rumors that they weren't going to make another console. Like Microsoft came out and debunked them.
yeah,
The only thing with the Game Pass and the ad tiers is I don't believe them. If they can make it work, they will, because that's what everybody's doing nowadays. So it's
yeah.
inevitable. It's going to happen.
It
And
is.
like when TV first came out and there was no commercials, and then all of a sudden they started putting advertising, and then they made, I guess, people pay for like cable without advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So people went and paid for that. Then they put advertising in cable, and then it just became the norm. That's going to happen again. This is how it does. Like, they just beat us down until the next level of advertising.
Yeah, because it's like, I tried to look at like this ad tier as like a positive thing. Like, if it was priced down compared to like the other tiers, and as a more like actually affordable option for gamers, I'm like, okay, if these ads just aren't straight up affront and they're tolerable, okay, maybe yeah, there's a place for this in the market. but it's Xbox. I don't trust them for a minute. It's
No.
gonna be like Amazon Prime, like you said.
Yeah, and like some games, you can't just like product place inside of a game. You can't just do that to somebody else's game. That, and if you're doing the ad tier, you're not getting the day one releases either. So you're not really getting anything. You're just getting last week's game with advertisements cutting in the middle of every few minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, it's like
Imagine that right in the middle of like a Battlefield 6 session.
Yeah, I know. I was
You're
thinking
friggin' going. You're like, you got the sniper rifle out, and all of a sudden there you got like a friggin' Viagra ad. You want to keep your scope stiff?
Hey, you need that third tripod sometimes, man. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
but no,
God.
I really did think like, yeah, for the FPS genre and like the sim racer genre, like you're gonna be like racing, going for a turn, and then just like big ad cut back, and you're gonna be like flipping into a ravine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Oh, fuck it. You know what? It's to be seen, but I'm not hopeful for the future of video games, just as I'm not hopeful for the future of streaming, which is now becoming cable TV again.
I know. I'm thankful. Like the main operation here, at Retrotopia, is retro, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be dialing back more and more on modern stuff, unless it's like something I know I am 100% in, because you got to pick and choose anymore. But
exactly.
On a more positive note, you want to talk about things we're thankful for?
Yeah, because it was Thanksgiving in Canada in October. That's right, you American buttes. We celebrate Thanksgiving over a month before you guys do, but you do still benefit from your football and your Black Friday deals. Joe, since, we're going to be probably more focused on Christmas next month.
Yes.
What is something you're thankful for this year for gaming?
Honestly, as we just like prattled on in like the deep darkness that is where gaming's going, I was really struggling here, like thinking of stuff. I'm like, man, I got a lot of negative things to say, but I'll say at the end of the day, while it wasn't what I expected, I'm thankful I got my hands on a Switch 2. I'm happy I have it. I'm happy with my new Pokemon game, and I guess in a sense, if we count this, I'm going to say I'm thankful for this show, because I'm more involved here now, and that's all because of video games.
And persistent of you not stop messaging me.
We can cut that.
That's not getting cut. No, it's good. Like, I mean, definitely you've had a good year. Let's call it what it is. You've had a great year because you have a beautiful young daughter. She's just turned 1. So, the fact that you're able to still game and spend time with your daughter, it's important, because your daughter's going to get into Roblox. She's almost 1. Like, she's 1 now. So she's going to start down Roblox, and that's it. You'll never see her again.
Yeah.
And then she's going to start saying words you don't understand, and next thing you know, you're just like, I don't know you.
I'm hip with the kids,
raised you like this.
I won't get...
Read a book.
I won't get left behind. Oh, please, I hardly read books, so I don't have to worry about that.
Oh. Yeah,
but,
no, it's...
Yeah, no, you're right, though. Just being able to still carve out time for gaming, being a new dad, in the back of my head, it, like, sounds selfish, but I was worried about it. But now... I'm happy I did it, because I still have my sanity, probably because of that, and getting time away to decompress from raising a child has been beneficial.
Yeah, and the first year is always touch and go.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's drinking from
you
a
learn
fire hose.
as you learn as you progress. So the second child, not so hard, because you already kind of expect what's coming up.
I like to think that you're you're just so broken down that it's just like, I've already been stabbed 20 million times. You can't hurt me.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you thankful for in gaming?
Oh, what am I thankful for? Man, it's been a long year. I'm amazed it's October, and I keep thinking back to the beginning of the year, and I can't believe that some of the games I think are like a few years old. Like, God, I'm pretty sure, was it this year that Final Fantasy Rebirth came out, or was it last year?
Was it the end of last year? Like, was it holiday, or was
it? No, it was in February.
Then it might have been this year.
So it's over a year old.
Oh, it was last year? Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Time. Weird. Anyways.
So, it still feels like fresh in my mind, but I mean, what am I thankful for in gaming? I mean, the game course I'm doing in college right now, I'm thankful
Yeah.
for that. Like, that's kind of opened my eyes to more of an insight of how video games are made, and I really appreciate things more. Like, I'm going through Ghost of Yotai, and I'm taking the time to appreciate the scenery, like just the amount of work that goes into building an environment of that size is it's amazing. And all the little tricks we're learning this year, like in this semester, it's just showing like how they take so few assets and they just use it and they paint it on in a way that creates these like gigantic open world environments. And I am just that for me is like I love seeing how the hot dog's made, so to
Yeah.
speak. And this is just amazing. But video game wise, I'm actually very thankful for. I'm gonna don't tell anybody, so
Okay.
we'll cut this later. But I'm
Shh.
kind of thankful that we got this show back on track.
Aw.
This was my little baby, my little side project there, and I loved when Alan and Sam had the time to do it. But I thought it was dead. I thought it was going to like disappear because we just couldn't get it to work.
Right.
And calling you up from the minors there, and you're doing a great job on episode 2 here. But you've
Thank you.
been putting in a lot of work, so
Yeah, it's
I'm very thankful for that.
and I've been appreciating being more involved in this whole process too, because it's given me something to like work on. Because since having the kid, everything's kind of been sidelined for a while, so it's giving me a more creative and productive outlet than I've had in like probably the past year. So
Yeah, and it's a learning experience too,
big
like
time.
the lesson you just learned
Oh
when you
fuck.
decided to post into the Discord
Yep.
open questions for everybody, and that turned into a giant shit show. So I'm going to read off the questions.
Okay.
You're going to answer unless it's directed at both of us. But yeah, we got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions it's been chopped down to.
Yep.
And
I'm getting a drink of water. I'm ready. Ready, coach.
there we go.
Get my.
Let's start with Half Glass Hooli, who asks, why is Joe so bad at this? Let's focus on this one before we get to
All
the
right.
rest of his question. Because he is. He's bad at everything.
Look.
There is nothing Joe can do that is right. Ask his wife.
Oh Jesus, my guy. No. You wanna know? I might be bad at this at times, but Hooli, I am better at you than Monster Hunter World, and I will stop giving you lessons. I swear to God, you little chump. But the short answer is I'm very new at this, but I'm figuring it out.
Hey, fuck you.
I had to get it in there. Take a shot at me. I'm taking a shot at you.
All right, the main bulk of Hooli's question
Yes.
is if you guys could demake a beloved game of yours, what would it be?
So I had to think on this a lot because I feel like all the bigger games these days like have either retro comparisons like in their actual roots, or like they've been remade in the indie scene. Like any I can't think of an actual example, but there's plenty out there. So I had to think, okay, so if all of these main AAAs or main staple games have these retro demakes already, I turned my attention to indie games that are made in a more modern style that don't have that in the background. So I've played a lot of Hi-Fi Rush when that came out, and a ton of
such a
it
good
after.
game.
So you have a team of like, what is it, 4 companions or 3? You remember?
Oh, it's been so long since I played that game. I don't remember. I just remember the rhythm bass and the
Yeah.
music for it.
So let's just say you have 3 to 4 companions, and they're call-in summons to help you do attacks. So I would love to see that game demaked into a traditional like pixel style turn-based RPG where your side characters actually are playable characters for your party, and still have like that rhythm-based timing that you see in like the Paper Mario games to still tie it in to like a rhythm-based like tie back.
Okay.
What about you?
There I found a ROM of a Final Fantasy VII remake done in the NES style,
Ooh.
and I've only played about maybe 15 minutes of it, but I really want to go through it when I can find enough friggin' time to actually get through it. Uh, Remaking a game, I can't think of any.
It took me a minute to come up with that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like I can't think of anything outside of maybe some RPGs that tried too hard. Like Final Fantasy 16 demade into a pixelated SNES
Yeah, a
style
traditional
Final
one.
Fantasy game.
Yeah.
That would be somewhere I would go with. Other than that, yeah, it's just turning RPGs into pixel, like 16-bit pixel games, would be great. That or turning modern platforms into Super Mario World style platforms, and
Yeah.
I mean graphically, not just like copy and paste.
Yeah,
But
that's where I struggle because it's like we have that kind of like, oh, I'll demake Astrobot, but it's like, okay, Super Mario World exists though, so
yeah, it's
yeah, same with
kind
like,
of a hard one. But
yeah.
yeah, I guess if you're talking about like a game you really loved, if you wanted to demake something. Now, for me, it's just I would if I had to pick an answer to be remake Final Fantasy 16 into a turn-based Final Fantasy 6 esque RPG.
I still need to play 16. It looked interesting to me.
It's a good time. If like a lot of people shit on it, but I found it to be a good time. It's the whole series is kind of
It's
veering off.
it's all over the place.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we got Sergeant Ombre. Says, what are your thoughts on Pokemon Legends ZA? Not sure when this will be recorded, but just curious if you played it. So it's being recorded now, Sergeant Ombre, just to let you know. And I'm going to leave this one solely to Joe because I haven't played it yet.
I was gonna say you don't have much to say. I'm surprised. All right. So yes, I've been playing it. I have like over 19 hours in this thing. I am loving it. Actually, Brian, you were asking in the Discord for like to sell you on this or not. Use this is that opportunity. So if you like what you hear,
No, I also said I wanted somebody I respected.
well, all right, yeah, that's fair. You know what? All right, listen to what Kiku's been saying in our Discord because, yeah, fair enough. All right, so just flipping everything on its head and like having to roam around like mid Pokemon battle to like position yourself to not take damage or your Pokemon to take damage. It's been interesting. It's taken a minute to get used to, but I've been enjoying it. And just like changing everything to be more fluid. It's like your typical Pokemon battle for this generation, you would like, okay, start the battle, turn one, Mega Evolve my Pokemon, and I'm off to the races. Now, Mega Evolution is tied to a meter, so you actually have to build that meter throughout your battle and pretty much do damage, dodge, don't get hit. It feels a lot more evolved into an active battle system, which do I want this every time? No, but I appreciated the change of pace. It's good, but it's like you clearly had to adapt how you played the game. Like if you build a party of straight tanks, you're going to do well in this game, especially in the early game, because you don't know how to dodge. You need to be able to take hits. It's why the 3 starters are what they are, I realize. They're the bulkiest starters. They can take hits, so you have time to learn. And the game's just riddled with fan service, and you can get a ton of like traditional starters and everything. And I've just been loving every minute of this. I've been really enjoying my time.
You said the main character, like the character you play, can get hurt as well, right?
Oh yeah, you can get blasted by a hyper beam and like you pass out and wake up at a Pokemon Center. Like part of the game is taking damage. Yeah.
That's actually a nice change compared to you just dogfighting your Pokemon the entire time. I was on YouTube there and I was watching the last fight between Pikachu and that Charizard.
Mm-hmm.
Charizard on the finale when Ash won
finally won.
finally won something. great scene, like just fantastic. As soon as they started playing the Pokemon theme there and Pikachu went all fucking Kamehameha, Super Saiyan, like fucking God level, I was right into it. But at the same time, I was kind of watching, and it's just like these guys got their hats backwards, they're sweating and panting, they're just yelling at their Pokemon to kill each other.
Yeah. And if you finally kind of feel like that, it's great. Because, like, even there's a lot less, like, jibber jabber, too, like, between.
Well,
like, if you see a trainer, they're like, hey, I see you. And you're throwing your Pokemon and you're going. That's not like, hey, I caught 7 Rattatas. Let's fight now.
yeah, but the fact that the trainer themselves can get hurt in this is kind of a little bit of a balance, in my opinion. Like, you know what? I wouldn't even focus on the other Pokemon. I just go after the trainer.
Yeah, there's equivalents to, like, raid battles, essentially, in, like, most, like, RPGs and stuff. And, yeah, like, a bigger part of it is, like, hey, make sure you, the trainer, don't fucking die. Like, I've had one where I failed, like, 3 times just because, like, my actual character was getting obliterated, but my Pokemon was fine. So, they're dodging, I'm playing like shit.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
all right, next up, yeah, recommended by Joe from RetroBytes. Next up, we got Sir Bustalot, who says, favorite gaming IPs with a huge miss. Mine would have to be the Borderlands 4. Loved the second and third. Didn't mind the first, but really missed the mark with the fourth. What do you got?
All right. So, if you've listened to the most recent Quick Play, you'll learn I'm a Sonic fan, and I'm very clearly a Pokemon fan, as I've listed. 2 very big IPs that have shit in them. Like, for the Sonic series, Sonic Forces was pretty dog shit, and Sonic Boom, in my opinion, were both pretty bad. They've just been riddled with more glitches than you could handle, and just are notably received as the worst. And then on the Pokemon side, this is more in my opinion, but Pokemon Black and White, they're the only ones I never finished. And then they had Black and White 2, which I never even picked up. So those would be my misses.
There you go.
What about you?
Assassin's Creed, ever since Black Flag.
Yep.
Was it Syndicate was really good. Unity was broken and kind of boring, honestly.
That's where I stopped, actually, was Unity, because it was such a buggy mess.
Syndicate was really good because you had the 2 assassins you played as, the brother-sister combo.
Yeah.
And then they switched the entire franchise to the Origins style.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't hate it. It just, I don't know, it doesn't feel the same. Something about Assassin's Creed 4 and Origins and then everything beyond Origins, it just feels like such a change up. And then I played Shadows recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to a point in it where I had to sneak into a fort to get this guy I was hunting. And I found where he was, and I went inside to, like, kill him. And then it forced me into a hand-to-hand combat. And that broke the fucking point of the game for me. It's called Assassin's Creed, not Sneak In Hand-to-Hand Combat Creed.
Sneak in, and now you're in the octagon? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and now I'm playing Ghost of Yotai, and I was at this event this week, and they had Assassin's Creed Shadow up there, and you could play through it and all that kind of crap, because it was a demo kiosk.
Mm-hmm.
But I was looking at it, and I'm like, I have no desire to go back to this game for the first time in an Assassin's Creed. Like, I still want to play Mirage. That's the only one I have yet to play.
That one has my attention, too.
Yeah, I want to go back, and that was recommended by Alan.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan knows his Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
but playing through Shadows, I mean, I was having fun up until that point, and then everybody's like, oh, you got to get Yasuke, you got to unlock him, and it's just like, why? Yeah. I want to play an assassin, not a fucking samurai. If I wanted to play a samurai, I would play Ghost of Tsushima.
Exactly. Yeah, and
so that's the big miss for me.
Yeah, I know. I completely forgot about the Assassin's Creed franchise, because, yeah, I played up into Revelations, the end of the Ezio trilogy. And then
that's
what?
That's good. I like that one.
Yeah, I know. Those 3 are by far my favorite 3. But yeah, was Unity right after Revelations?
No, Assassin's Creed 3
Oh
then
yeah, then Unity.
Black Flag, then
Oh,
Unity.
there we go. Yeah. No, I played 3. That was good, but it didn't grab me as the other ones did. And Black Flag, I had a good amount of fun. But yeah, Unity was
Oh,
such
you
a
know what?
buggy mess, and I just dropped off.
You know what it pisses me off about Black Flag? Well, not pisses me off about Black Flag, but it's kind of subsequent namesake. Skull and Bones was based off of the sailing in Black Flag. And I played Skull and Bones because it was on PlayStation Plus, and I was having a great time, but it's an always online fucking shitfest.
Yeah,
And I hate it. I would love a single player fucking game where you're sailing around, going to ports and doing stuff, and you don't have to be an assassin. You can just be a privateer or something. And they had to go make it that live service stupid friggin' system there, and that's why it failed.
Everyone,
Not because it's not a good game, it's because people are just burnt out on live service games because they got their Fortnite. They don't need anything else.
I know, because yeah, that's what we want as gamers. Everything needs to be a live service. It's no, leave it be. Single player experiences are good. We want them.
I don't know why they're so insistent on forcing us to be social. I don't want to be social. That's why I play video games.
I think it's the generations after us that want to be social is probably the problem, and those are the ones that they make the most money on. We don't.
They're wrong.
They are wrong. I'll stand by it.
All
right, hit me with another. Let's do this.
Next up, we got Blue Yoshi 94 who says, "What is Breath of the Wild 3 going to be called if it ever gets made?"
So I had to give it some thought, and as
Rings of your anus.
No, beads of my anus, sir. Thank you. So the Zelda timeline's a hot, jacked up mess and whatever, but what the current thing is saying is that Breath of the Wild takes place after Wind Waker, I believe. So, and the story is the world finally receded from that flood, and that's what Breath of the Wild is. So I would love to see Breath of the Wild 3 just be that same world kind of floods again. So essentially I want a Wind Waker 2 and just call it like Legend of Zelda Sails of Freedom or something, because that seems like what their naming convention is going towards.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up right now to see where
the
Breath
timeline
of the Wild
lands
fits in.
Yeah, if I'm remembering, it's after Wind Waker. Was I right?
Hold on a second. It's then the hero is triumphant.
Yeah.
And it breaks in the child. Oh my god.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding. It's a hot mess express. Because everyone demanded a timeline, and then Nintendo made it, and they're like, ew, I didn't want this.
Well, everybody got what they asked for. But, okay, so the Ocarina of Time, Heroes Triumphant, the Adult Era.
Mm-hmm.
Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks. They don't have Breath of the Wild on this.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Well then, fuck. I still stand by my statement. I want Wind Waker 2. Fine. But
they have Echoes of Wisdom, so where the fuck is...
Well, I mean, I guess you could use that because Echoes of Wisdom is direct.
Okay. Echo of Wisdom, the heroes defeated, Link to the Past, Link Awakening, Oracles, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, Echoes of Wisdom, and then Legend of Zelda, then Adventures of Link.
Huh. Okay. Like I said, it's confusing. I couldn't even tell you. It is
because I should be able to find fucking Breath of the Wild.
You should.
Breath of the Wild does not exist on the official Zelda timeline.
So it's outside the timeline? That's actually probably for the best.
All right. This one says...
You're determined to find this.
Well, there it goes. Breath of the Wild. Oh, this is a terrible thing. It's a wiki. It's fucking... Oh, God.
All right.
Look to see spoilers. Jesus. Oh, here we go. Breath of the Wild, Calamity Ganon awakes from... Well, they united the worlds. Oh, fuck. All right, so from Ocarina of Time, you got 3 timelines. You got the heroes defeated, the heroes successful. And the heroes successful timeline, you have the child era, and you have the adult era. All that comes back together in Hyrule Warriors, United World, and the Calamity to Come. and then it splits again. The Calamity is prevented, and you get Age of Calamity, which is coming out.
Yeah, that's right.
And Calamity Ganon Awakens, and that's where you get Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
That is fucking. What did they do? Just throw shit at the wall and hope the hell fucking it made sense?
Yeah, at this point, like I said, they didn't want to do this, and fans were like, "We want it, we want it, we want it." And they're like, "All right, fuck it, here it is."
You know what? I honestly, personally, don't want a Breath of the Wild 3 in the sense of using that same world.
Oh, neither do I.
I want them to make a multiverse Zelda.
Holy
that
fuck!
Fucking fixes this.
That'd be sweet.
Like, they just make something that all the friggin' plot holes and the shit that doesn't make sense, you're just Link the fucking time traveler. Let's call him Chrono. And you just go through time, and you have to fight Calamity Ganon, but I don't like that name. Let's call him something like Lavos.
That's a good ring to
along the way, along the way, you got to meet a bunch of plucky characters there, and you go through an adventure. Let's just play Chrono Trigger.
Chrono what?
Time toggle.
All right.
Fallen Snow. Well, you got something else?
No, I was asking what was next.
Fallen Snow Kiku.
Yeah. Again, cool.
The person to whom I will listen to their Pokemon ZA opinion to determine whether I buy it. Do you guys think that the licensed games always suck argument doesn't really apply anymore? I feel like a lot of licensed games we get now are good or even great, and the ones that aren't are far and few between.
So, I actually had to look because I feel like the term licensed game is not what it used to be anymore. Because I felt like licensed games were like your straight up, like Spider-Man 2, the movie, the game.
Yeah,
do you think that's still the case, or like do the Arkham games count now? Like
I believe if it's based off of an existing media, like if it's based off of a movie or it's based off an anime or something along that line. But you got like One Piece, the game that follows the story of One Piece, or Fairy Tail has 2 RPGs out that follow the story of Fairy Tail. Those would be licensed games.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I would not consider licensed games.
I know, those are the stretch for me, because I'm like,
because they use original stories using characters. They're part of the multiverse of that character.
Yeah, so, alright, so excluding Spider-Man, because it was on my list with a maybe, because I was like, I could see the argument.
But I do have something else to say on that as well.
Go, then.
Now, if we interpret this as licensed characters as opposed to licensed game or licensed IP, because, somebody used to make like a Spider-Man game that just, I'm not going to use Spider-Man, let's use Superman.
Okay.
Superman 64 came out, and we all know about Superman 64. It's just hot garbage.
Mm-hmm.
That's taking a IP and making a terrible game in the hopes to make money, whereas Spider-Man 1 and 2 and Miles Morales are taking an IP but giving it the love it deserves to make really great games. So I see Fallen Snow Kiku's point here that, yes, licensed games used to always suck because there used to always be movie tie-in games. But I feel like they're, instead of tying them into movies, are now giving them their proper polish in order to make their unique stories.
Yeah, they're just giving them essentially the IP to play with instead of just like, no, follow our movie script to the T and just make shovelware.
Yeah, and how many of them were built side by side while the movie was being filmed?
So they release at the same time intentionally and try and get your dollar. Yeah, there were a lot of rough ones. But like you were saying earlier, though, like, your anime-themed games are typically really fucking good. Like, I would count Kakarot. That is, like, a really good interpretation of DBZ.
Oh, Kakarot, Sparkling Zero.
Didn't play that one, but yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z. These are all well-received games. Fairy Tail. I have the first game, and I plan to get the second one. It is a really well-done RPG.
Have you played the Attack on Titan games?
Not yet, but I'm looking into them. But I was thinking another one. I have 2 games on the PS2, Full Metal Alchemist, like 2 unique stories in the Full Metal Alchemist world, and they're really good games. They're made by Square. Yeah. And he's they're following the story, but they're also doing it in such a way that doesn't poo-poo on the actual story.
Yeah, not at
So
all.
there are a lot of really good licensed IPs out there, and there are games like Home Improvement that just had Tim the Toolman Taylor running around a film studio with a nail gun.
Yeah. Yeah, there's yeah, I know. I can't think of any other like really shit ones, but there was plenty of
Home
them.
Alone.
All right. Yeah, you can just go and go. Got it. Another one I played, and I'll count this, is the Mad Max one, because it was a direct sequel to like the 2018 movie. It literally followed that story, like it just picked up where the movie left off, essentially. And that was a fun ass game, just driving around in the Mad Max universe.
Yeah, yeah, and think how many Simpsons games were made that just
Oh yeah,
capitalized off the Simpsons.
yeah, I'd count that. Hit and
Um,
Run, yeah, Road Rage, all
there
yeah,
was
those are great.
what was it called? The Legend of Korra made a video game that was not well received.
I could see that being bad.
Terminator Salvation
I
is
feel like
considered a really bad
a
one.
lot of
But then you got
Nickelodeon IPs were probably pretty rough.
yeah, then you got like you said the Batman Arkham series.
Yeah, and those are acclaimed as like the best Batman games. So it's like, yeah, you can do it right. Clearly nowadays.
But you also think about it. Going back to the Super Nintendo, I'm just kind of like trying to think as I talk here.
Mhm.
As Lion King, Aladdin,
Yeah, those
like
were
Aladdin
great.
on the Genesis, they were really great games. I guess it all depends on how much the studio is willing to put into the game to make it good.
Yeah, and it's pretty much. I feel like in the early days it was about how much money they were willing to spend, and that's probably why the Disney games did well. Is like they had the budget to swing around. Meanwhile, like, well, I saw there was also probably there was some pretty good Star Wars games too back in the day, like Super Star Wars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bad Marvel games, good Marvel games. I don't know. It's just I think they're treating these IP better. You don't see
yeah.
a lot of movie tie-in games anymore, which is thank God.
Well, I think they know too. People are so defensive and will like die on the hill for their IP these days too.
I think
So,
we're actually
yeah,
we're flipping the script now that I think about it. Like we got some really good video game adaptations of TV shows. Or sorry, TV adaptation of video games.
yeah.
Like
Now, yeah,
like Fallout, The Last of Us.
yeah.
But we also still get really bad movies. Like, do you ever hear of a director called Uwe Boll?
No, I probably know his
He,
work. I have a feeling.
oh yeah, he did. Give me a second. I can't, Dead or Alive, like the video game
Yeah,
about
yeah.
volleyball and stuff like that, or fighting. I can't remember what it is.
Oh yeah, Dead or Alive.
But
Yeah,
he was doing movies like that, and it got so bad that people actually had a petition to get him to stop making movies. Like it was terrible. Like he did Blood
awesome.
Rain. What else did he do here? Rampage,
I
Far
just
Cry.
love
He did
it.
a fucking Far Cry movie, Alone in the Dark 2.
Gee,
Alone in the Dark 2 got a 2.6 rating on IMDb.
holy shit.
Postal.
It's just I love that. It's just like, hey, I know this is your art medium, but please stop.
No, it literally happened. Like we were going to do. I don't remember if we did it. It was a 5x5 in the early days, and I think we were going over movie IPs, and I think I unloaded
you
on
did.
Uwe Boll. Yeah, because
That might be
my
where
God,
I've
that
heard
guy
his
is just,
name, honestly. Yeah.
he is just so bad, and it's like, why do you keep trying? It's like you fail time after time, and it's like, how do you get funding?
Because
But-
he's a lunatic, and people like lunatics.
Yeah. Anyways, that's I'm way off topic, so let's
Yeah,
just
we're
move
getting
on.
there. Yep.
Big Kid 782 says, if the gaming heads came out and said from now on you can only support one of the big three, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo, who are you supporting? Meaning you will never buy another game console accessory for the other two again.
So I think I would stick with PlayStation. It's my main ecosystem. It's what I play the most stuff on. Because as sad as it is to say, end of the day, I could still get my Pokemon fix from less than credible means. So I think I'll be
Now
okay.
let's go with the assumption you can't do that and you have to give up your Pokemon.
Yeah, see, that's where it hurts. It's just like, all right, it's like my entire gaming library and the ability to play Pokemon and Mario Kart, which now there's Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, so Mario Kart's looking a little iffy. So it's giving
now,
up.
also going with this. I'm going with
Okay.
meaning you'll never buy another game console accessory for the other two again. But you have currently, by this big kid's logic, means that what you have, you keep. You just will never be able to buy things going forward.
PlayStation. Done.
Eat shit, Nintendo.
Easily. I could play old Pokemon and be fine.
Yeah, Xbox is not even in this conversation.
No, it is
I'm going
not.
with PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
Xbox has zero exclusive IP that I can't get on PlayStation, and considering that they've had to shove their stuff on PlayStation,
you'll get it anyway.
There's no reason to go Xbox, and I can honestly, as long as I have my Super Nintendo and all those games, I can live without anything beyond that. I don't care about the N64. The GameCube is great, but I never really got super into it, so the only couple of games I think I like is like Wind Waker. Insert second game.
I need to get you to play Mario Kart Double Dash, but that's a different.
I do have to play that. Yeah. I'm going to. I have a less than reputable GameCube sitting in my collection right there, so
yeah, mine's sitting here.
It'll find a copy of it. So, anyways, but yeah, PlayStation has I actually play mostly on PlayStation, but it also has a lot of the games on PlayStation Plus that I want to play, as well as every franchise I've been interested in or excited about buying has been on PlayStation.
Yeah, like their first party title library on PlayStation is like, it goes toe to toe with Nintendo. It really does. Yeah.
I still haven't got around to God of War 2018 yet.
Holy shit. Did you play Ragnarok?
Like, it just... No, because there's just so much to play. There's so much to play, and I don't have like all the time in the world to go from game to game to game to game. That I've always put it on my backlog, and it just sits there staring at me. Like Ragnarok's on there as well because, well, it's obviously the sequel.
Does that qualify to hit New Game Plus? Both of them?
Probably. It's on the PS5.
We could make that happen. I know Alan.
Probably not.
Least. Okay.
You know what? We don't do that. We don't do that on this show. We only do that on the main show.
Oh, what? We can't discuss future episodes on this show, too?
No. All right. We're going to wrap everything up here with the big deal who says, or asks, I should say, are we heading towards a streaming bubble burst? I'm sure we're headed there sooner for video streaming like Netflix and the like, but is gaming streaming far behind? At what point do we get priced out and make the choice to downgrade or cut some out altogether? The price of everything is getting out of hand, and the entertainment has to be the bottom that falls out as a result.
See, he answered this question because we were talking about this just earlier in the show, too. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're like, I'm going to have to pick 1, 2 tops, and that's going to have to be it. And I don't see us going any other way besides a subscription model. That's coming, and I don't know what comes after a subscription model, but I don't know
what a real kick in the dick is?
What's up?
Stadia tried this, but had they tried it today as opposed to when they did, they might have been successful.
Yeah, they would have, and because just we didn't have the bandwidth then, and now we do. It's still not perfect, but it's leaps and bounds better. But
yeah, like they did everything Xbox is trying to push nowadays. They did streaming on the TV. You only had to have a controller, paid a subscription, play games.
You think they're pissed? Or does Google just have
that much money? They don't, yeah, Google's just like, oh no, as they wipe their fucking tears away with $100 bills.
Right, exactly. I know.
Oh, there's still a little cocaine on this one.
All right, let's come up with the Stadia 2 right now. I'm feeling good.
No, it's a bubble. Like streaming
really
is a bubble,
it's
and we're seeing like
soon.
like Mr. Deal said here is we're seeing it with the video streaming is because Netflix was supposed to be the solution. But then everybody saw how much money Netflix was making and decided to start their own streaming service. So we basically got cable packages again because now everybody has their own exclusive shit. And now we're picking and choosing. Some people will buy one streaming service for a month, binge everything they can, cancel, move to the next one, and repeat. Other people only get a streaming service when there's something they want to watch.
Exactly, yeah.
Some people get them all because they're rich. But like for me and my wife, we actually got rid of Disney Plus. We got rid of Netflix. We don't have Hulu up here, although it was just added to Disney Plus, but I don't care because I don't have it.
Right.
Paramount Plus, that's the one I was thinking of while I yammered on. We also got rid of that. So we got rid of all the major streaming services, and we'll never fucking touch the Canadian Crave streaming service because they're a bunch of dicks. And we went to Crunchyroll and YouTube Premium, and well, we have Amazon Prime solely because we use Amazon Prime for shipping stuff. Cause
exactly.
Part of the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like all these streaming services, we didn't need them. We get enough out of these other streaming services that cost us a half the price of what we are paying.
Yeah, like I have Netflix, but only because I'm still like piggybacking off my parents' account and stuff like that. Like I would not pay for it because yeah, I know I'm terrible like that.
I got rid of Netflix because of that reason. I was like, when I was still in the military, I was what's called imposed restriction.
Yeah.
Where I was away from my family, not super far away, but then Netflix put out that password sharing bullshit going on.
Yeah.
I was away from home long enough that they actually gave me that warning. It's like, oh, it seems like you're away from home and we're not going to let you watch anymore. I was like, the whole fucking point of Netflix is that I could take it wherever I went.
Exactly. I know.
And no, I was like, you know what? You've lost my business. I don't care. If there's something I really want to watch, I will find a way.
Well, surprise, surprise, I think they double backed on that, and they threaten it like every couple of years and then double back because everyone's like, okay. You are now the weakest streaming service, so see.
Yeah,
it's like that. Yeah,
because everybody saw the dollar signs and they pulled their friggin' IP back. Once Disney did that, Netflix was done. Disney has the most watchable IP.
Yeah, I don't have it anymore either, though. But yeah, I'd agree. It's solid. But to get back to gaming subscriptions, yeah,
well, we had to get over the video subscription first.
That's true. We did, but. Yeah, the day's coming, because it's just, like, the doubling of Game Pass Ultimate that we were talking about and things like that. It's like, nobody is going to have all of them anymore. It's going to have to be pick and choose.
Nintendo hasn't raised their prices for their Nintendo Switch Online, and they're still giving, like, really good games. Yeah, they added the expansion pass there, but you know what? That makes sense, because they're giving you kind of, like, a whole up level of service there.
Yeah.
PlayStation, yeah, their prices are going up incrementally, but
very incrementally.
They're also, I believe they have a more sustainable online delivery system because they're not given the day one releases. They don't have that loss in revenue you get from like Battlefield 6 coming out and everybody buying it.
You know what you're getting with the PlayStation 1. It's just like, here's a library. They're older games, but they're good games. If you're interested, do it. If you're not, don't.
Yeah. Now,
that's it. Besides
with the size of the PS1 and the PS2 library and even the PS3 for argument's sake, I do believe their premium service is kind of lagging for what they kind of promised, but
extra's good. That's what I have, and extra's more than enough.
I got premium, and I'm not going back because
I mean you're the main host of a retro gaming show. I get it. I would too.
All right, so that's everything. That's all the questions. Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, that was a lot. We've been going here for a hot minute. Lessons learned. I'm gonna ask more permission before I do stupid things.
More focused questions. Keep the people on topic. But actually, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that.
It was fun, but man, it's a good thing we had a scarcer show this month.
Yeah. Because I trimmed a little of the fat there before we started.
I'm glad you did. All right, you want to get into our next topic? Because that was technically one massive topic.
All right, you read this one. My
Yeah,
throat's getting sore.
I got you. Yeah, for sure. What if virtual crimes in games had real legal consequences? In today's gaming world, millions immerse themselves in virtual environments where they can steal, fight, or even break the law within the game's rules. From gunning people down in GTA to betrayals in Among Us, the amount of freedom we have in these virtual environments is staggering. But what if these virtual actions carried real world legal consequences? Could prosecuting in-game crimes protect players from harassment or fraud, or would it stifle creativity and fun in gaming? Is this looming trend that could is this a looming trend that could reshape the gaming industry, or an overreach that threatens the essence of virtual escapism? That got away from me there at the end.
Yeah, you kind of choked that one out. Great question. I don't remember you that did this one, or this is off the what if list.
I think
That's right.
yeah, it is either or did. Hey, if he wants to take credit, he can take credit. I thought Big Kid recommended this like once upon a time.
Possibly, yeah. I don't know where I get half these topics from. I usually try to credit people when they write it in, but
if Big Kid, if this was you, good job. If not, say it was.
But I believe this one might have come off of the what if list I made.
It might have.
And big key being the first two words in the entire thing, what if virtual crimes, right? Yeah. But I don't know, like, I thought it was an interesting topic when I saw it. It's like playing Grand Theft Auto takes on a new meaning when you are committing crimes. Would you be more cautious? Like, the point of the game is to commit crimes.
Oh, 100%.
But let's say running a red light or punching somebody in front of a police officer or something like that actually had consequences to it. Like, would you approach the game differently?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, Among Us really does have consequences for murder because everybody's gunning for the murderer, right?
Well, yeah, you are, I guess, voted out into a vacuum, and that's the end of that, which, if that's your consequences, I think it would just, like, so many IPs would die on the shelf. Like, Rockstar would immediately go under if this happened, because they just lost GTA. Like, there's no way you can play it. It's unplayable.
Let's look at later on in the questions there. Would it stifle creativity and fun in gaming? Like,
yeah.
You think Rockstar might be able to work around this and actually build the game where you are a criminal and have to avoid the consequences? Because 90% of GTA is driving around without caring about traffic laws.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it might spark some creativity, but I think it would stifle more than it would help. Like, I feel like people would end up, like, abandoning IPs like GTA and just make, 6 versions of Hello Kitty Island Adventure because, hey, I know our consumer isn't going to get prosecuted for this one.
I don't know. I think
no.
I think the ability of the creative community to come up with solutions to these problems I think there'd be some interesting ideas. I would honestly love to see a game where these consequences are actually part of the game. I want to see how somebody who is well versed in the video game development industry tackles such an issue.
It would be interesting. I don't have a lot of faith in the industry that we currently have today. If it's not making money, they won't do it. And I feel like this would scare off a lot of their consumers, but I think it would also throw a curveball into online gaming and just make it insufferable. Because I feel like it's
already insufferable. I had to stop playing Grand Theft Auto 5 online because of the fucking insufferability of people. Like, I join a game, I'm driving around, and some guy decked out in a fucking flying car with 1,000 guns just runs me over, like, before I can even figure out where I am in the city.
Yeah, well, now I feel like you're gonna have the people that be like, nah, you can't hurt me. And it's like, no, you actually can't. It's a criminal offense. So all you have to do is either play your game with an annoying, insufferable lackey, or just don't play the game.
I guess the other question is, if there was consequences to the games you played, would it really ruin the what's the word here? The
Like,
virtual escapism. Like, sit on the couch, play a
yeah.
video game. If you're playing Celeste and you keep falling down that hill, how many bodies have to like go down the hole before you make a pile of bodies to get to the next level?
Yeah, I think it would. Like it would just stifle out. Yeah, you don't get that break that you're looking for because it's just like, all right, this is just like real life now essentially. Like these are the same consequences I'm facing at home and at work, and now I have no escapism, and then you do go crazy, and then you do
Yeah.
actually get in your car in real life and start mowing people down.
That sounds very American of you.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, no, we use dog sleds. But you're right in the sense that, I mean, video games puts you in the shoes of a superhero, so to speak. Like,
Yeah.
again, I'm going to go back to the Ghost of Yotai well because I'm really deep into that. Atsu, the main character, she's a beast, and I just love like just absolutely tuning people up with like her skills and stuff like that, and like it gets me excited. If every time I killed somebody, the what's it called, the
I don't know. I haven't played it yet.
samurai showed up and arrested me or killed me because I killed somebody, it just take me out of the game.
I know, exactly. It's just like, I just like that this would make like the meme of like, okay, say you like mowed somebody down in GTA, literally you'll have the FBI pounding on your door, FBI open up, and just coming to like literally take you away because you just went on a mass killing spree.
I know we go back to the GTA well a lot, but
It's the perfect example for this, but yeah.
it is, but at the same time, you say something like that, like you commit a crime and all of a sudden you're being investigated. And now it comes a whole new game of FBI's following you. So now you have to be a little more weird, like aware of what's coming around you. So you have to break or like lose a tail, and that lets you start the next mission or shit like that. Like there's potential in this.
There's potential, but see, I think I'm quickly realizing I interpreted this question very differently. Like,
Well,
I thought...
that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah, well, no, I was thinking, like, if you committed a crime in GTA, literally, you are under arrest in real life.
Oh no, yeah, but what if these virtual
Yeah, but no, I see what you're...
No, you do have it because that's another part of the question. What if these did actually? We can actually now segue into that. What if you broke a law in Grand Theft Auto? Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why that was hard to come out. Let's say a traffic light camera got you in Grand Theft Auto running a red light, and all of a sudden a ticket shows up in the mail a week later.
Yeah, it's just
How
like...
would that change gaming?
Pretty abruptly, immediately, because it's just like...
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be playing that game. Like it would just completely be done. Especially like if cops are busting in your door and
yeah,
it's like you murdered Johnny Three Fingers, but that's a virtual character. He's already respawned.
Doesn't matter.
I'll just load an old save file.
What if that is how you get out of the legal defense? Like, I'll load the old save, and it's like, I guess it technically didn't happen, so... And then you could do it, because then you would get charged for double jeopardy, or charged for the same crime twice, not double jeopardy. Dear Lord. I have a criminal justice degree. That's sad. Anyways. Jesus Christ.
But let's take this into the Pokemon world there. Okay. Real world actions, right? Now, let's say you your Pokemon got knocked out or whatever, because the game obviously is not going to do death, because a lot of kids would be scarred for life. Your Pokemon gets knocked out. Next thing you know, you walk downstairs and your dog's like got a friggin' gash on its head or something.
It's either that or you get like, yeah, remember I'm in the States. We don't have universal health care. It's just like, yeah, my Pokemon got knocked out, and then 3 days later you get a bill in the mail like, yeah, that's $650 to give it IV fluids and a berry.
And that's just a Tylenol, from my understanding.
Yeah, exactly. I look at Tylenols as berries. I have terrible problems.
I think video gaming would die immediately if there was real world consequences to some of the shit we do in video games.
Oh yeah, like for example, Helldivers. Like the joke in that game, half of it is literally killing your team half the time and just being like, "Hey, I punched my teammate in the head," and then like 20 minutes later, the cops are on your door like, "Hey, we have an assault charge and a warrant for your arrest." It's like, I was just playing the game, man.
Yeah. I think that one's like a non-starter for an
Oh yeah.
idea, but everything else is great. I mean, in-game consequences, it's a double-edged sword, right? Sometimes it might break the immersion of the game. The other times it might actually add a nice, interesting quirk.
I feel like there are some that actually do go that far, where it's just like, hey, you committed a
Oh,
crime.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, there's something out there. I know there is. I just couldn't
I
place it
mean,
for the life
a
of
little
me.
research we could probably find. But,
Yeah. We're already
all
going
right.
long.
Yeah. So next we're going to talk about resellers. A popular trend in society today is to adopt the latest craze and resell it for profit. We were talking about this
Yes, we
earlier
were.
about Pokemon trading cards. This happens whenever a new console is launched or when the latest Pokemon or other trading card game special editions are released. Is this ongoing trend alarming to the industries it affects? And should they focus more on trying to stop this? And who's responsible?
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point, it's like, how? How do you stop this? Because I can't even think of where this started. Like, it feels like it just came out of nowhere. Like, it was just this quiet thing that happened occasionally, but
It
now...
didn't come out of nowhere. Like I said, the PlayStation 3 was insanely scarce. Everybody wanted it because it was super hyped up, coming off the success of the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And people who bought it were able to turn it for a sweet ass profit. So that people saw that and they're just like, well, let's carry this trend forward. And now every time a console's released, people pre-order it, and then the first thing they do is run to eBay and try to sell that pre-order to some fucking sucker.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the only option would be, like, to have developers of these consoles, like, okay, we have to be able to mass produce these to the point where the market's so flooded that
No,
yeah,
like,
but
I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
I was gonna say the
believe,
but is this doesn't work.
No, I'm going to disagree with you because the reseller sites like Amazon, Walmart, eBay, all these sites that let you resell stuff, they should be held to account. They should say, we're not allowing you to resell this item for 1 year after its launch.
Yeah, that would do it, because
and you know how much money they would lose on this? Zero, because people are still going to buy it.
Yeah, we will buy the system from developers and everything if we have the opportunity. It's just we're in a flooded market. Yeah,
the chip shortage there. Like, I was on the GameStop website and I had one in my cart and I couldn't get my credit card in fast enough and they kicked me out. I was fucking pissed.
I don't blame you. It's
and
like,
I called them up. I was like, what the fuck is your problem? They're like, oh, it's first come, first serve. And I'm like, but it was in my fucking cart.
The virtual equivalent of that means you, the store, if I was in your physical store, I had this in my shopping cart, you, an employee, took it out of my cart, be like, you didn't buy it fast enough. Like,
then I don't know if they do this.
What?
I don't know if they do this down south, but we started virtual queues, so you get into a virtual lineup where you get a number there and the number counts down until you can get in.
We should.
Yeah, so it's actually a really good system. Like Best Buy does it. So what was I can't remember what I was gunning for. I think I was gunning for the Switch 2, and I was in the Best Buy virtual lineup because they staggered the pre-order release date for different places. And yeah, it was just literally you sit there and it's like, oh, you're 90th in line. And then as people buy stuff and check out, and like the whole store, it's not just, I'm not buying a Switch 2, and you jump the queue. The whole store is shut down for this pre-order situation. You're put into a queue, and when it's your turn, get into the store, and you can friggin' buy whatever you want, and you have a allotted amount of time while you're in there to get it in, pay for it, and you got it. But
that makes too much sense for America.
Yeah, so that was really good, and that was them trying to stop these resellers. And then I keep seeing these videos of these fucking monsters just running into a Costco and just like grabbing every Pokemon box they can get their greedy little hands on and acting all, I'm gonna sell these for a profit online. And it's like, fuck you. Yeah. Especially the one video where there's a goddamn kid sitting off on the side, just wants a box but can't get one because of friggin' greedy adults.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It makes it's awful. I mean, we were talking about at the top of the show with the shiny Pokemon codes. Like,
Yeah,
those things are getting resold. Like, some of the peaks are like $35 for a free code for a Pokemon. For Christ's sake, it was free. Like, and you're literally gouging consumers and gamers just to get a chance to get this free thing. It's ridiculous.
yeah, it's insane. And I just think back to COVID when toilet paper was the trading card game, the Pokemon trading card game item to resell. Right? People were buying up every fucking roll of toilet paper they could because nobody was allowed out of the house. And we're just monsters as people because we can't work as a society. That's why we're in the situation we're in today, is because we can't work together. But you get these small little pockets of people, and then we call them clans online. And they work together, and they tend to have a united goal. And these people came together in the real world and started punching people who grab these fucking consoles to resell. We'd be in a better place.
We really would. People need to get punched in the face more. That's the end of the day. It would solve a lot of our issue. Grade school rules. Let's do this.
Yeah. All right. So, you remember the wheel of discussion, right?
I do.
Yeah. Back in the early days of the episode, I shared my screen with you in this chat so you can see the wheel. But this is something we kind of got rid of because we were doing the choose one, lose one between the three of us, and I just don't think it's going to work with the two of us because we basically are very competitive with each other, and it would get really bad.
Yep.
It would be a fight. But so let's go back to the wheel of topics. So we don't know what we're going to be talking about next. So I took all these different topics that I shoved into ChatGPT because I'm a horrible person, which is going to come into play later in the episode. And I put them there so that we could have a random topic. This is also a way I could do it so I don't know what we're going to be talking about. So I'm going to spin the wheel for the first time, and I don't know how many episodes, so here we go.
Oh. I was going to say, do we get the sound effect, though?
We don't, because my throat is actually pretty dry. I've done like 6 podcasts in the last 4 days.
Jesus Christ. Okay, fair.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. So the topic this month is preferred genres and why. So, Joe, go ahead.
I feel like me and you are probably going to agree pretty closely on this, but honestly, I'm happy with an RPG. Like, I feel like you get the most bang for your buck. They have some of the best stories in gaming. You get that sense of escapism. You're on an adventure. It doesn't matter what type of RPG and genre or theme or whatever. I just feel like those are the top tier best genre in gaming.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, RPGs is, I don't know, it's kind of limited to what I think. Like, games with RPG elements, games where you grow your character.
Okay, yeah.
Those are the types of games I like. The Ghost of Tsushima Yotai, because you're growing Jin Sakai and Atsu here. I love my Final Fantasies. I just finished Dragon Quest 3, and that fucking blew my mind. Even though I had a little bit of issues doing the transition between all the pixel remasters and Dragon Quest 3, but topic for a different day. I'm going to say RPGs is the genre I would pick most of all, but I like games with good stories. I am in it for the immersion of the story.
Now, is that every time, or do you want the break occasionally where it's like, I don't give a shit, I'm just looking
if I want a game that is mindless, I will play a game that is mindless. Celeste has a good story, but is very mindless.
Yeah, okay.
The Last of Us, a game I just fucking swear by, and I am swearing today, I apologize. But a game I swear by, it has a story mode, but it also has just a straight up survival mode. And I will play the survival mode just for like relaxation because very simple, but very challenging at the same time. A game conference I went to, I was talking to a nice lady who was the graphic artist for his, a game called Two Falls. And it's a very narrative driven game. So it's got a really good story, but there's no like nothing trying to kill you all the way through the game. Like there's no zombies or anything like that. What's that game series called?
Which
made
one?
by Square. Life is Strange.
Oh yeah, those are heavy narrative.
Those are basically completely narrative based games, and they're like choose your own adventure, and I love those
I was
games.
gonna say, I'm guessing you're a big fan of the Telltale games too, then.
No, I've never
Really?
played them. Honestly, no.
It's the same thing.
I understand, but I don't like The Walking Dead.
I okay, that's fair.
Ever since they fucking did my boy Glenn Raw, I have not watched that series,
I
and
think that's where me and my wife stopped too. Actually, now that I
yeah,
think
it
about
just
it.
died the day Glenn died. That's
Yeah.
all I say about The Walking Dead. But no, I'm huge on the story. Like I love to get just right immersed into the lore and the world that I am playing. Which is
Yeah.
why RPGs tends to be the genre I tend to focus on the most, because what is an RPG without its story?
Yeah. Same. I do appreciate story, but like looking to other avenues when I need it. Like, okay, I've talked a lot this episode about Pokemon. I do not play Pokemon for the story. Nobody should. The story is half-assed at best. But I'm just going through the motions of, okay, except with this latest iteration, it's a easy turn-based RPG, build your party, go on an adventure, have a good time, check out, and just be able to escape for a few hours in that world is always enjoyable. And I always get the most out of those.
Yeah, and I don't know, like what are they called? The Uncharted game. Those are
Action
story-driven
adventure.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a nebulous genre.
This is why it's such a hard thing to like distinguish, because I don't like the gameplay of The Last of Us so much, but the story is amazing.
Yeah, I know.
It's so hard for me to like compartmentalize this into a thing I can actually describe. And I've said this often. I'm always about the story. Like if a game has a great story but mediocre gameplay, I'm probably still in it.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. Yeah, if a story grabs me, yeah, that's all it needs to do at the end of the day. But if you're a game that's like, okay, your story's not strong and I'm here for the gameplay, it has to be top tier tight what I am looking for. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not going to enjoy myself. It's you get it, you get what you're looking not what you're looking for. It's if you're looking for go.
I
don't have
it.
Did I have it? I'm not quite sure I had it. But if you're looking for a story, you'll find it. If you're looking for tight gameplay, you'll find it. You just gotta look and dig, and you'll get what have your heart set out to find.
Nobody plays Street Fighter because they love the narrative.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we're going to end the episode off here with a little talk about the artificial intelligence, or as I like to call him, Joe. So AI in media has become the hot topic of the day following the recent acquisition of EA by a Saudi conglomerate. The company has stated its intention to reduce the workforce by replacing employees with AI. The industry is currently at odds with both sides being represented. Some say that it will complete menial tasks, while others say that it will impact jobs and creativity. Now, both of us are either in an industry affected by AI or, in my case, on my way to being in that industry. So, is AI the future, or are we on the path to a brain drain in the creative arts?
It's possible because, like, yeah, I do graphic design and video editing work. So, like, there are hundreds and hundreds of AI tools for that at this point. But that's the thing. They're tools, and you need to use them as such. It's the people that are abusing them to the point of, like, I don't feel like coming up with this graphic or anything from the base up. That's the people that are going to struggle. It's when you use it to, like, I use it in, like, if I'm using it to mask out stuff in Photoshop because it's 10 times easier and saves me a ton of time. Like, instead of masking out and actually blending everything out, I just literally make a selection and have AI run it, and it's done.
The remove background option.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's scary.
It's a time saver.
Oh, it's scary how good it is. And I wish I had it while I was going to school and I was getting graded on it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
It's God, fuck. It saves me so much time. Like I hate to admit it, but that is a
Yeah.
good use of AI
It is.
because
And yeah,
it's
go.
still you doing the work. It's just it's
Exactly.
taken away the tedious task of you trying to get the friggin' masking in between the tight areas.
Yeah, yeah, it's all on how you use it, and I feel like when I first like saw what AI was doing, I was terrified. Thankfully, with where I work, I was reassured. It's like, dude, we're not replacing you with AI. Relax, but feel comfortable using it if you need to.
Yeah.
Just don't like lean on it too heavily. And it was finding that balance at first, but after I found it, it's fine. And I'm lucky enough
Well,
to have that safety net. Not everyone is, but still.
like I said on the last thing, the wheel of discussion there, I took all the topics and I just told ChatGPT, give me a list of
Yeah.
100 video game related topics that I can put in a randomizer. The whole intent of that was not to game the system, but it was so I would never know what was coming up like the other guys, so I
Yeah.
didn't have like the inside, scoop on what was coming up.
Yeah, if you came up with all the topics for that
Yeah.
pool, you would have some insight going in, and it wouldn't be
But
as off the cuff as it is. Yeah,
but I'm going to take my college course where they've shifted their focus from never use AI, we always know because they don't,
yeah.
to using the product of AI, using a picture, using an essay, using something like that is akin to plagiarism
Oh
because
yeah,
it's not your work. And that's how they focus on it now. Is if they discover that you just copy and paste AI, and some people are so fucking dumb that they don't realize if you get a link out of ChatGPT,
yeah,
the end of the link actually says ChatGPT in it.
yeah, and they'll paste that in as well. It's just
Yeah,
like, are
because they're
you
trying to
proof it?
fuck.
Yeah, I
Now,
know.
I've probably just saved a few kids on college here if they ever listen to us, but no,
Sound right?
in the gaming industry, like there
Yeah, I'm
are
curious.
times where menial tasks, like repetitive tasks that you
Making
could,
grass.
yeah, but at the same time, no, because there's environmental artists that take a lot of pride in their work.
Okay.
Like, like you got somebody who builds the entire world of Horizon there, and not there's somebody comes up and goes, "Yeah, well, I could just get AI to do that."
Well, yeah,
No,
I feel like there's a difference between, oh, I'm going to use it to generate random patches of grass, but I'm placing them. I'm not asking AI to generate, an entire mountain and backscape.
but that,
It's using
but
it
that's
for that more menial stuff, like we were talking
okay.
about.
I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
building the assets as opposed to the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You're
Even
just
that,
using it for that.
we just learned how on 3ds Max to make a tree with leaves and stuff like that, and it's not that hard. You
Yeah.
don't need AI to do that. And also, people are finding that AI is making a bunch of mistakes still. And
Yeah. It's a
I
learning
read,
algorithm at the end of the day.
well, I read not too long ago that there's so much AI slop online now that AI is learning from itself, and it's actually getting worse.
That's hilarious, but it makes sense because, yeah, how many different AI like generators and products are out there? It's ridiculous. It's a flooded
And
market now.
but also, we should not be focusing on AI in the creative arts. I personally
No.
believe AI has its uses, but its uses are taking billions of papers of scientists in order to find the cure for cancer.
Yeah.
It's finding early detection. Like, I think another thing I read about AI was they found that AI could actually detect breast cancer before it becomes a problem.
Whoa. That's
So
insane.
like there is benefits to AI. Getting rid of those jobs that can be dangerous to people where AI can do it for them so that, the whole idea is that we're supposed to have more free time because of AI, and instead what they're doing is they're taking away all of our hobbies
Yeah.
in
Eh,
order to force us back into the office.
Yeah, it's finding the right avenues for it is what needs to be more focused, not just, I feel like people are hyper fixating on like the areas where it affects me and you specifically a bit more. Where it's just like, no, AI is good. You just gotta use it for its intended purposes, like you're saying. Yeah, I
But
wholeheartedly agree.
I have not been able to find this article a second time, and I think I found it on Reddit the first time, but apparently, like, there's a big movie studio guy who gifted his son a gaming studio, and the kid promised that all games will be made solely with AI.
Dear Lord, why?
But I have no source on that, so I wasn't. That's why I didn't add it to the news stories, is I can't
Fair.
find the story again.
Like, who is that for? Like, why? I don't get it.
I was at a conference like over a year ago now, but they were talking about it. It was a local game studio in Ottawa where I live, and they said they attempted to use AI to build a game using the like C++ programming and all that kind of crap, and they said they just had to get people in there to fix all the problems.
I believe it, and yeah, that's where I don't have my fear. It's like, yeah, it's not perfect. There's sometimes I do have it generate stuff, and I'm like, okay, F this, I'm gonna just do it the way you're supposed to and from scratch. Yeah, it's gonna take me longer, but I know it's gonna be done right. Because, yeah, it's just not there yet.
AI doesn't give you the satisfaction of having built something.
No, it doesn't.
My God, what, like I said, in 3ds Max, I don't know if we talked about this during the episode or before, but
maybe.
I built a fucking Coke bottle in 3ds Max, and it's not big, it's not fancy, it's not anything that's going to blow anybody's mind, but man, I built it myself, and I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, and you should be, because that's the thing.
But I could just go to ChatGPT or whatever friggin' 3D modeling AI software they have out now and say, make me a Coke bottle, and they would do everything for me. And it's like, well, there's no human touch to it. There's no imperfection. There's no mistake.
Yeah, and you start to almost hit like the uncanny valley of that type of stuff too. It's just like, yeah, this looks good. It actually looks too good. What the hell? And like, you don't process it as something that someone's created. It's just like a freak of nature, literally, where it's like, this just doesn't look right.
Also, well, I also use AI. Like, I use ChatGPT quite a bit there because I'll write something, and like during the gentleman's interlude, sometimes I wanted to have a specific inflection of, I think we did one with David Attenborough, and I can't write like David Attenborough talks, so I just put it in ChatGPT and made a script that said, make this sound like David Attenborough said it. And they just took what I wrote, and that's all they did, is just turned it into a documentary style David Attenborough voice thing, and Alan did it perfectly.
Yeah, and there's use for that, because it's just like, you know...
But it was still my words.
Yeah, I know words good, and I don't always convey it the way I want to. It's just using that as a tool to help, like, okay, I'm trying to articulate this, and yeah, I could sit here for 45 minutes to an hour and probably get there, but using it as a tool to help you along and shore up side of you, it's a useful perk, and it is designed to help make your life easier, not replace what you're doing.
Yeah, but there's also the environmental implications as well, with these data centers sucking waters out of lakes that are being subsidized and otherwise also giving droughts to local communities. I mean, it really is a double-edged sword. Like, put these in the middle of the ocean or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're killing our planet all for the sake of working harder so that AI can build us art.
Yeah, I mean, our world's heading to the way of, like, Wall-E universe, essentially. But, you know, we're all going to be fat. As long as I get my floating chair. Yeah, exactly. That's all we want.
We're already... It's that movie. We're already in Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, dude.
Yeah, that's the era we're in. We're in Idiocracy, moving our way towards Wall-E.
I can't watch that movie anymore because I'm like, this is starting to hit closer and closer to home every time I watch it.
It makes me so angry now because it's no longer satirical. It's just like, oh my God.
I'm like, I don't feel good watching this. Don't have hope for the world. Okay.
But yeah, so... What would your solution to AI be in this day and age? What would like in the creative arts? Like, I know you've talked a lot about it, but just like summarize it a little bit here so we can wrap up.
The solution as in, like, how to
What
do
would
my job alongside it? Or...
how would you use AI tools and how would you regulate?
See, I don't know if... Regulating them is hard, because it's like...
Let's just say you're God and you have the power to touch the AI and say, hey, stop it.
I guess you have to find some way to make sure, like, it knows you're not just using its work for plagiarism effects, that you're using it as a tool. Do I know how you do that? No. I'll have AI figure out how to do that.
There you go.
But it's just... The thing I'm keep hammering here, it's just use it as a tool to boost your skills. So use it on the menial stuff so you can improve on the more complex stuff that AI isn't going to be able to do for you. So you can grow and become the best of the best in your field. Do it with just excellence and use AI as the tool that it's intended for. And having it be regulated, I mean, a lot of it needs to be on the user end, but I think we all know that's not going to happen. So just having ways for AI to detect, like, hey, what I produced is being copy and pasted and submitted as your work, and just having those deterrents in somehow is the only way this is going to slow down, I think.
Whoa, man, my voice is going. But yeah, you're right. AI needs to tell everybody it's AI. If it makes a picture, it should have to tell people it's AI in some way, shape, or form. And I know a lot of artists are starting to get creative by putting watermarks of their signature deep into their drawings or their art, so that AI can't really detect it or mimic it.
Yeah, you can throw AI images into coding software and you'll see a digital signature in there still of, like, hey, this end of the day was generated by AI. So, I mean, yeah, it's there right now, but it's not there in a way that average user and consumer can find it. You have to have that knowledge.
It needs to be readily available. Like, it needs to have, like, a big stamp on the middle that says this was AI, not done by a real person.
Yeah, I feel like what we will start seeing is, like, websites dedicated to be like, hey, paste this image here and we'll tell you. It'll, like, run and, like, hey, here's where it says in the code what this was generated, whether a person made this or, it was AI.
They just need something to keep AI honest, or people who just solely try to pass off AI as their own work, keep them honest so that they can't profit off of just, typing in prompts and writing a novel sort of idea. I don't know. It's a topic that is beyond both of us. And speaking of things that are beyond both of us, I think this show has come to its natural conclusion because my voice is going and we still have the Patreon topic. So if you're part of the Patreon, please stick around because we have one more topic for you. But if you are just a regular listener, thank you very much for listening. And you can check out the main show, Retrotopia Podcast. For Alan, myself, and Sam, we will talk about a different game every week, and every so often we'll allow Joe to sit in the background, and as long as he's quiet, he can listen in.
Yay!
Joe, anything to say?
Just, check out the rest of our stuff. I've been having a blast getting more involved here, and I hope everyone listening is at least appreciating the subtle charm that I'm bringing to the show, whether it's wanted or not.
They're not. All right, take care, everybody. Until next time, this has been RetroBytes.
See ya.